The National Student Financial Aid Scheme says it is concluding the process to analyse data provided by institutions in order to finalise the payment of outstanding allowances for the 2023 academic year. NSFAS confirms that of the 20,000 outstanding allowances, 9,128 allowances have been successfully resolved. The remaining 11,000 allowances are being prioritised and will be processed as part of the 2024 National Disbursement procedure. And today, the NSFAS says it has received more than 1 million applications as of the 15th of January 2024. NSFAS anticipates close to 1 million additional applications before the close of the 2024 application cycle on 31 January 2024.
The matric certificate is the only nationally recognized qualification awarded to learners who have met requirements set out by the Department of Basic Education and Umalusi. I didn't greet my CEO and I see him here. Umalusi, after 12 years of learning. A matric certificate enables learners to access various post-school opportunities depending on their performance in grade 12. The opportunities include entry-level employment, learnerships, and internships, and admission to colleges, universities, and other higher education institutions. For those who have passed, opportunities for funding higher education abounds. Potential students who intend to enroll at public higher education institutions can still apply for the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, NSFAS, for funding. NSFAS provides loans, Honorable Manamela. NSFAS provides loans and bursaries to needy and deserving students. For those who did not make it in this round of assessment, they should not despair. This is not the end of the world. There is a second chance. As the department, we have a vibrant second chance matric program to help you to achieve your academic goals. To get more information on this program, visit your district office.
For more on this, we're now joined by NSFAS spokesperson Ishmael Mnisi, and he joins us via our telephone line. Ishmael, thank you so much for joining us this evening here in SABC News. Perhaps let's start off with your reaction as NSFAS to the results of the 2023 matric class.
Well, Mbali, good evening to you and to the viewers. The National Financial Aid Scheme congratulates the 2023 matriculation class. The results were announced today by the Minister of Basic Education. Normally, as declared by Umalusi, these results, we are told that they are credible and they've got integrity. And this brings a lot of hope and comfort to us as the National Financial Aid Scheme that we are, for the 2024 academic year, going to attract a number of students with quality and whose integrity is beyond question for both our loan scheme and our bursary.
And I must say, as much as it's good news that we see a pass rate of this nature, for you as NSFAS, it's going to be a very difficult task. I mean, already you have more than 1.4 million applications for the 2024 year, and you're anticipating even 1 million more for this year.
Mbali, indeed, it is going to be a welcome challenge for NSFAS. As we are saying, we are already sitting at about 1.6 million applications, and we anticipate that as from today, we'll get more than another million applications. We are roughly going to sit with a number which is beyond 2 million, which is almost double than what we have received in 2023 academic year. It is a relief on the one hand that we now see a number of students who wants to access post-school education and training sector, but a challenge because of the limited financial resources that are currently at the disposal of government and of NSFAS in particular.
And Ishmael, how prepared are you for this academic year, especially, with the anticipation of receiving even more of 1 million applications for varsity?
Bali, we have been working on our preparations since 2023 when we opened the application process. We are working tirelessly daily to receive these applications and to process and accord them the necessary statuses that they deserve. For an example, applicants who are from SASA, they automatically get feedback, and majority of them, they are getting funded pending the registration documentation from and for those that are new students, the processes as well of the assessment is ongoing. We are working very closely with the agents to make sure that we receive the data with it and try where it is necessary with the various third-party agents such as SARS, the Department of Home Affairs, and SASA. All that we are asking for in this process is for all our applicants to sign the consent form, which will give us a ability to request that information that we require from SARS in particular, because that consent form gives us the ability to access information that is held, particularly in terms of the financial eligibility of the parents of the applicants.
And something quite interesting that NSFAS will also be doing this year is catering for the missing middle. Just tell us more about that.
Bali, this is a welcome relief as announced by Cabinet and also by Minister of Higher Education and Innovation, Professor Nzimande, that this year NSFAS will be receiving about 3.8 billion as an initial celebration fund to support a loan scheme for 2024, and this amount is comprised of 1.5 billion, which is from the National Skills Fund, and 2.3 billion, which is from the sector education stream. We are, of course, looking at massifying this by working with banks and other financial institutions who would have interest to work with government to increase this loan scheme. We are at the moment developing the loan scheme eligibility criteria and conditions funding, and will provide further details on the commencement of the application process for this loan scheme for 2024 academic year.
And Ishmael, what is your advice to some of those matriculants, who will be receiving their final results tomorrow and will begin the process of, applying for, a funding from NSFAS? You've already told us about this consent form, and I understand that it's quite important to their application. What do you have to say to those, class of 2023 who are desperate and who are desperately in need of that funding?
Well, of course, we have always said to them that they must not wait for their results, they must apply. We want to believe that from the applications that there must be a sizable number of those already who have been writing a matriculation last year. So we want to encourage them that they must not wait. Now that they have their results, they must immediately apply and make sure that they comply with all the requirements that NSFAS would have placed for them to get this bursary, including submitting this consent form that we are talking about. If they do so, they will enable us to process these applications expeditiously, so that when the academic year begins, we should be able to have processed all of them, and they should be able to begin with their classes with the rest of the students.
Ishmael Mnisi, thank you so much for your time this evening. That is NSFAS spokesperson Ishmael Mnisi. Also, they're giving advice to those matriculants who will be receiving their results tomorrow morning and who do intend on applying for funding through NSFAS.